I have been doing this shit for a long time. From carburetors to mechanical distributors. From rear wheel drive to front wheel drive to all wheel drive. And let's not forget superchargers and turbos. I even managed to throw in a few race cars along the way. Both foreign and domestic. Most of them have been through the mill long before they get to me. That's why I say I specialize in the dead and the dying of the automotive world. So I know a thing or two about cars. Also, because I deal with the general public, know a thing or two about people. And people, for the most part, do not want to hear that old reliable is about to become old unreliable. And you can apply that standard to just about everything. Washing machines, roofs, cars, houses, even a country. They don't want to hear it. They want to keep the fantasy going in their minds that everything is just fine. And things are always going to work like they expect them to work, even though they really ought to know better. So in order to keep it simple, let's use one part as an example. A hub assembly. When a hub assembly starts going out, it's really not that big of a deal. The only problem pertains to the bearing inside the hub assembly itself. But as you roll down the road, you start leaning on the rotor because the bearing flops back and forth. And that's hard on, oh, there's one here someplace. The brake caliper, which in turn can burn up the brakes, or if you let it get severe enough, literally cause irregular wear or damage to the rotor, and even more problems down the road as you go. But most people don't want to see that. They don't want to hear that. And they certainly don't want to spend the little bit of money that it will cost to fix that problem when it arises, instead of going through the entire process of burning it up all the way. Like it or not, that's where we are as a nation. We've ignored all the warning signs, all the stuttering misses, shakes, and rattles, figuring that our little vehicle of freedom was going to last forever and it would always start up and fire like it should every time we hit the key. Obviously, that is not the case. So how do I deal with that situation when I'm faced with it? The same way I believe that Donald Trump is dealing with that situation when faced with it. You want to drive it like that? Go right ahead. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen along the way. I'm going to tell you you're going to wear your brakes out. I'm going to tell you you're going to cause damage to your rotor. I'm going to tell you that it's hard on the rest of the front suspension system. And when you don't listen and drive it anyway, by the time it breaks down, you'll learn. And then you'll listen. And hopefully when that day comes, it won't be too late. You don't swear an oath to the president. You swear an oath to the Constitution.